Yeah. But also, too, concern about Marcus Morris. Didn't want to be a sixth man.
Sean's just now thinking about it. He's like, now I'm a little worried about it.
Didn't want to be a sixth man. Had some things to say about being a sixth man.
No, but
all of a sudden, now that he's a sixth man, is these two not ready to play?
No, you call him foul?
He can't play because he's the sixth man. And I love Marcus Morris. You know me.
You saying Marcus is crying wolf?
I think he's the Martellus Bennett of the Celtics right now. He's turning into a guy that's like, yeah, I'm ready to play unless it's not a perfect situation. I'm sixth man. I was ready to play as a starter.
No, you know what?
But now this is nagging.
I don't think it's that. You know what I think it is? I think it's the fact that he doesn't finish games. Stevens tends to go with Marcus Smart.
Oh, yeah, definitely. He's never going to finish games with Marcus Smart.
Well, that's a problem in his eyes.
Well,
I think it's going to take some adjusting to it, but I also think that it is his health. I think he's all the way there.
I think he needs to know that, if this is more of a moral defeat in his eyes and he's, he's butthurt about the demotion, not a demotion, but the move to the bench.
It's not a move to the bench. He's going to start some games.
Right.
In the 16 games that he's played, he started with 11 of them.
But that's what that.
Yeah, but whether he starts or doesn't start, he's just not going to finish games. I think that might bother him.
He missed the first 10 days of the season.
Okay,
so he's missed a lot of games.
I would agree more with them being upset about not finishing games. I don't know about starting games.
But he can't be mad at anything right now because he hasn't played enough to be in this lineup.
Well, how about he just has a legit injury that he doesn't want to sit and just recover from? He wants to keep playing on it.
Could be. But I think that Celtics really use Marcus Morris right now coming off the bench. And maybe he doesn't like that.
All right, well, when does the other Marcus start getting some of the spotlight in terms of getting some of the blame here? Because that train is never late.
You don't blame Marcus Smart.
That train is never late, man.
You don't blame Marcus Smart for anything.
No?
Nah.
If this bench can't produce and he's not being one of the top scorers off the bench, you're not going to blame Marcus Smart?
Not only that.
No, the bench.
Forget that.
Slacking?
Forget the bench for a second. How about against the Bulls when he's in a starting role, which he's always wanted,
right?
Whether he wants to admit to it or not, he's in the starting role. He starts off great in the first quarter. What the hell happened?
I mean, the whole team played like shit, so you can't put that on Marcus.
I'm not putting it on solely on him, but
I'm saying you can't.
He disappeared.
If the Celtics go 500, let's say hypothetically, you don't think some of the blame will go on Marcus Smart?
Listen, if the Celtics are relying on
next 10-game stretch,
if the Celtics are relying on Marcus Smart to lead the offense or lead the second unit offense, then they have miscast and it's on them, not on Marcus Smart.
How is that miscast? If Kyrie. We just said if Kyrie hypothetically is in and out of the lineup.
What?
If he's in and out of the lineup, who's going to start? Marcus Smart, right?
Yeah, I get that. But you don't rely your offense.
We're not talking about relying. We're not talking about scoring.
That's exactly what I just said.
No, we're not talking about scoring.
No, that's literally what I just said.
Listen, we're not talking about scoring.
No, but
we're talking about leading the team.
Yes.
That doesn't necessarily mean scoring.
Yes, but that's what I mean. Like Marcus Smart does enough to lead the team. He plays the best defense on that second unit. He makes winning plays. He's a hustle, everything. He has every quality you want from a player. The only thing he's not doing is scoring. So if you're going to sit here and say, we have no scorer coming off the bench, who's going to lead the offense coming off the bench? And you suddenly look to Marcus Smart to say, this is the guy that's going to lead our second unit scoring, you're wrong. You're miscasting him. He does everything else well. Stop trying to make him a scorer because he's not.
It's not making him a scorer. It's what the hell are we talking about here? It's the next guy up. If he doesn't step up, then what are we talking about?
Right. If you're relying on Marcus Smart,
no one's relying. We're just saying like if
score, you've miscast him in his role. He's not a scorer.
All right. So that's gonna be when
he can lead.
When he doesn't get re-signed, he's gonna be like, oh well, I'm not a scorer, so I don't know what the Celtics wanted out of me. I'm gonna go make my vision somewhere else.
He can lead the second unit. He can run the offense in the second unit, but you have to put scorers around Marcus Smart. If you the thing that pisses me off the most is when you have that lineup of like Smart, Rozier, Baines,
so a defensive lineup.
A defensive lineup, yeah, and it's just wait a second.
That's in spurts. It's not.
Who's gonna score here? But then Marcus Smart is going. You can't. He's not a good enough scorer that he's going to be able to just turn it on and off like that. I don't believe that.
All right, it's opening segment of the Causeway Street Podcast brought to you by MyBookie. And believe it or not, the holiday season is here. And while that means plenty of parties, gifts, and spending, it also means there's a lot of football, basketball, hockey games
to bet on,
big
baby.
ways. every single day to score some money like my degenerate co-host over here, Sean Victor, loves to do.
Forget about the family.
Man
Go check the spreads.
Up and play like the pros on game day. You can play the money line, side or total. MyBookie is your hookup for your betting needs and offers super fast payouts when you win. I trust them, but you don't have to take my word for it. Check them out yourself. They have odds on every matchup and a mobile site that makes wagering on your smartphone a breeze. Join now. Go to mybookie.ag and they will match your deposit up to 50% bonus. That's with a 50% bonus when you use the keyword Causeway. That's right. Use the promo code Causeway to activate this offer. Head to mybookie.ag today. MyBookie. You play, you win, you get paid.
Check it out. If I had any faith in my, well, no. If I have a golden rule, don't bet against the Patriots ever. But that was the game of betting against the Patriots in Miami in December. 11-point spread. Should do that.
Yeah, it's easy to say that now. Monday morning quarterback.
I know.